Maybe we can get together with Jackie.
Or Jackie, after the meeting we can talk.
I don't think she'll be
Okay.
here.
But
All right, it is, we're calling our meeting to order today, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, you can have the roll call.
Sandra Cavazos Ayala.
Present.
Meli Pais, absent. Esmeralda Rodriguez.
Present.
Angelica Salinas, absent. Rosa Maria de Llano.
Present.
Edelvina Perez.
Present.
Present. Rafael Romo.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Okay. All right, there are no citizens' comments at this time, that we know of. Now we move on to the minutes. Item number 5, reading and approval of minutes of June 29th, 2022. The committee would like to take the gander at that.
That's it. See, that's okay. I move we accept the minutes as presented. Oh, there's a typo, just a typo, where it says library director's update, 2, as in the number 2, instead of 2. That's just a
Right,
typo.
or it says two
And
to
to
move
move.
books to another area and to remove books from the collection. Right, or how?
Because there was 4
Like 2
requests.
different requests.
I guess we could put 2 requests to
To move, ¿verdad?
Yes.
Instead of to two.
Yeah,
It sounds
it's-
like, yeah, just.
Yeah, just with that
reword.
typo, and I move that we approve the minutes as presented.
And second.
Okay, there's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, the next is the communications and announcements.
Just to let you know that we've started printing receipts, and I'll pass them along, just so you take notice of the end. I know we had talked about letting people know about the value.
Yes.
of checking out books.
Thank you.
And just so you can see the bottom side.
So whenever anybody checks out a book, they get one of these?
Mhm.
And it
They
tells them
always
how
get a
many-
receipt, and usually they use it as bookmarks, so they'll be able to see
okay.
it. But information just to let them
No,
know.
I didn't get one.
Oh, no, because that was just so you could pass it around. and you can see what-
I'm gonna pick 'em up.
Oh, you're gonna pick it up.
Well, because it's my staff that checks out the books, so
Oh.
they could get
So just so that we can see a sample.
Oh, okay.
Here, there's an extra one there.
I like this cookbook.
I don't know, it's checked out, it was just done as
Yeah.
a sample.
Let's see.
Yeah, they have
Oh,
that.
yeah, I'm always buying books. Why do I buy books if I can come here and even buy them for 50 cents? I don't know, I like that.
Oh, it's like an addiction.
It's an addiction. But it's the best addiction, right, Mrs.
Yeah,
Morales?
that's right, it
Addictive
sure
books.
is.
But just for your information, we started doing that. Yeah, 'cause it's got library cards on it.
When did you start this, Marcelise?
I think we've already started it, I'm not sure.
Okay. So just when they.
She was having trouble centering it, but this is the final.
Good friends.
And when it says by using your library, you just saved $45, is that the worth of the books that they're checking out?
They take the price from the bibliographic, when we enter, we're
Okay,
cataloging
right.
it, it's in a field, so it pulls it out and puts it there.
Oh, cool.
I'm glad you're doing this because it gives, I mean, people understand dollars and cents
Yes.
Mhm.
much
Absolutely.
more than other, you know, like, oh,
They don't
you're
see the
getting
value
instructed
until
in
it's
how
the
to
dollar
cook,
sign.
you know, that. But you saved, this one saved $175. That's a lot.
That's it, if they had gone to buy the book.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's a lot. See,
Very good,
so I commend you for doing this. This is very good.
good job.
No, you can leave them there.
Yeah, we even there was, okay, I
Yeah,
thought it was
that is
rough.
good, yeah.
No, you didn't kid me.
Just a sample.
Yeah, no me quieren.
Because books are expensive. The other thing that I think you should emphasize is that I know I just read an article recently about comparing, I don't know if any of you, Mrs. Rodriguez, or anybody has seen it, about what is the difference between hardcover books and the digital versions of them. And apparently the research has shown that reading hardcover books is far better than the digital version, even if it's the same story. I don't know why. I guess because of the tactile.
Some people are,
Yes.
but some people want 6 books in, this little thing.
Yes, yes. I mean, I could understand the portability of it. I could just get it here. But
That
apparently,
won't do.
for kids, apparently it's better to have
And actually,
an
you're
actual
right,
hardcover book.
there's a study where the kids, the younger, they prefer the actual book.
Mm-hmm.
And the older people prefer like a Kindle because we can see it better.
Yes, yes. You can manipulate the size and everything. But I just think that maybe something, maybe an area based on what, not just in addition to the savings that you have, that when you pick up a paper copy, a hardcover copy, maybe somewhere posted just the research that supports that in other words, to further promote the investment in buying hardcover books. Because I know even I have to explain why am I putting $15,000 to Title I or something to purchase hardcover books.
Well,
You know.
and by the same token, ebooks are either just as expensive or more so. However, a lot of these companies are they literally give you the ebook and they give you a hard copy
Oh,
now.
that's even better.
Because that's how they're getting you to buy those ebooks,
Right.
because they are more expensive, but they're tossing in a hard copy, which maybe the binding is not as awesome or whatever, but but you're getting
You're getting both.
both of them.
That's actually very
But
good.
that's their way of trying to get you to take in those ebooks.
I just,
My little ones, they would rather come in and grab books and stuff.
yes.
Yet I see my college girls and everything's online for them, and I'm like, don't you have like a notepad? No, Mom, I just, and they're typing notes and they're reading and typing and stuff like that. So there's like super paperless.
And I do like the little ones to have the hardcover, only also because, they're little fingers and they're not totally adept. No, they're very good at it, but you never know where else they're gonna go. I always feel, this is something that I've always told, is that there could be a distraction. It's like, well, the temptation to go check something else as you're doing on any kind of device. Whereas a hardcover book, it's just
It is
the
what it
book.
is.
It's it.
It is what
It is what
I
it
know
is.
those babies that press the book.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah. So just, that's good. That's
We
good.
have purchased a lot of electronic books this year simply because we cannot get
Yeah.
the books in here,
Any.
the supply chain.
Okay.
And we're still buying as much as we can, but we're gonna have maybe some money left in the book budget and we're probably gonna do ebooks.
And the thing is with the ebooks, you know, keeping in mind that once you purchase it, it's always going to stay in mint condition.
Mm-hmm.
A physical book is going to get that wear and tear, and eventually you're gonna have to weed it out. And so, you know, I mean, it sale.
Yes, and also some people prefer it because there's no late fees.
Yes.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
It
yes.
kind of
Yes,
disappears so.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's very true.
Coming
Yes.
back and forth, yeah. And then that feeling of the little grown-up, if they've got a hardcover.
A book.
Like grown-ups who have big books at home.
Right.
It's not, yeah.
Okay. Anything else on the communications and announcements?
No, that.
Okay. Staff reports, the letter A, semi-annual committee report to the mayor and city council.
And this is in your packet. It's what was submitted to the city secretary July 14th. And basically is just a summary of what was done during the meetings, your contact information, and then copies of all agendas and minutes of the meetings that we had during that 6-month period.
Where's one that's pending, Mr. Torres? No.
True, Torres and Cigarroa.
Well,
Right, well, you're
I'm
Cigarroa.
Cigarroa for the,
Right,
until
but-
she wants to appoint somebody else.
Oh, okay,
but really,
No.
it is Councilmember Torres.
Torres,
Mhm.
yeah.
He still has 2 years to go on his term.
Wow, and how long has he been appointed, since when?
I don't remember. when
Since
it-
Ms. Alanis?
No,
No, era
Is it,
the one who left.
Valdez.
Mimi,
Valdez.
Ah,
Mimi, yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
yes,
that was his appointee.
Starting up, I think.
Oh, so it was not too long ago, when she quit, she resigned, right, a couple of.
Well, yeah, we were waiting for her letter of
And
resignation.
she hasn't today.
No.
So I had to submit the forfeit.
The forfeit.
I know you have us report, the library advisory committee reports, later down in the agenda, but I do wanna say that, since this is gonna go to the mayor and to the council, I don't know if we wanna move that agenda item up so we can.
Well, this has already been submitted to them. It was due.
Right, no, I think I just want to say that I did talk to the mayor, okay, and because this is gonna go to them, and I'm so happy because, he was like, wow, I thought I was gonna tell him, I said, I know you have a lot of issues going on right now, and, you know, the bigger things work, but you know what he told me? He said, oh, no, dijo, everything is important, dijo, if you're gonna call me to tell me something about the library, that is just as important to me. How can I help you? And I mean, we talked, you know, for a pretty good amount of time. And I told him what we had discussed, that, you know, everything was going so well, and we needed to do more to show the public what we're doing, about the dollars and cents, and how the taxpayers are benefiting. And I mean, I just, you know me.
That's good.
So he was very happy to hear that.
Okay.
And he also said that he would like to put us on their agenda, either in the next couple of meetings. So I know he said, I'll ask Maria, but if you can tell her, this is a message from him. And I wrote my notes here as he was talking to me. He said, if you, like, I think they're probably gonna ask us to have like a little basic presentation ready. Like if we, you know, let's say they invite us to the, I don't know when, whatever meeting they invite us to. if we can have something like the statistics, like how they, because I told them since COVID, we're getting all these kids. So they're gonna wanna see numbers, which is gonna be amazing to show, so a little basic presentation. He also said he wanted to do gift certificates to all the members for their years that they have served. So he wants like the one person with the most years and then the next and so on down the line, so that I guess he's probably gonna ask him more specifically later, like the name of the person and how many years, the name of the person and how many years they've been serving.
Angie has.
Yeah, and so that way, I think that probably there, if we do go, or whenever they do invite us, they might present us with some type of certificates, okay? And, no, it was amazing. I'm glad he took my call. It was early in the morning. I said, I'm gonna try it early in the morning, like around 8:30 before he gets busy. And he was very pleasant, and he thanks everybody so much, and he's so happy to hear that, this is for the kids and their future and so on and so forth. So it was a very successful call, and believe you me, I did boast about everything to him. He got an earful. So I just thought that, that was that was something good, since this is going to them. And because I did say, Ms. Solis has told us that you all received, I had the packet in front of me from the last meeting, that you all receive this packet every month. And obviously, I'm sure they don't
Right.
put it aside.
No, every Friday, they get the Friday packet, and we've been told, okay, this is what you're gonna, so we send them the statistics from the previous week.
Oh, wow.
So they do see that.
So, I don't, I'm sure they're gonna, whoever gets this is just gonna read it and but I did want him to know, so he has that already
In his
mind, and I'm sure he's gonna do something about giving you a call to get that information.
I'm glad to expect it.
Yes, and to put us on because he did mention, I will talk to Maria. I will talk to Maria. I said, and I will let her know ahead of time so she could be ready. So I'm thinking if we will be making some little presentation to already have something ready.
Okay.
Give you a heads up. Yes, okay. Oh, thank you anyway. I know it's over here, but maybe you all
that's
have other reports.
I mean, we could, since it's not really something we're deciding on, we can move that up, can't we, right now?
Yes, it's just under Library Advisory Committee reports.
Okay.
So we can move it up.
I can quickly say, I tried to get in touch with Mrs. Cigarroa. I was not able to. I did text her. I did contact even the secretary that works with them over there at the city council, because I think each secretary is assigned two city council
Yes.
members. And I made the email, made the effort. Haven't received a response, so I don't know, maybe she's real busy or something, but I did try.
Okay.
So I did make the effort, and I'm waiting on any kind of response. That was my experience. Anybody else was able to contact their?
I talked to Councilman Martinez.
Oh, good.
Julio, and he was very happy to hear all the good news and everything that's going on, just like the mayor, and he's very, believe it or not, very pro for our kids and for the future and what all the different types of reading and stuff like that's been implemented in all the different events. He did ask me that if you all knew anything about the Canseco something.
The Conseco House,
Yeah.
at one point he was interested in converting it into maybe like a study center.
Right.
And we gave him a proposal of how much it would cost, because
Okay.
we'd have to staff it
Right,
every
right,
day. And that's about,
Oh, okay.
that's the end of
All
of
right.
what
Well,
we
I'll tell him that.
So there's really nothing has been.
No, we've met, we've gone and toured the house. The basement is still the way it is. They've only worked on the first floor. The
Okay.
second floor, you cannot go up there either.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's still not.
So,
I know it's been used for
okay.
other things and stuff like that.
We suggested, maybe office
Yeah.
space for people that are looking for places to meet.
Right.
Or
That would be nice, yes.
after school, something after school for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
kids, but during the
exactly.
day, he could probably use it for that, or maybe even.
I think that's what he was he was looking for,
No, and, or hosting events like
I'll be back.
art,
right, right,
something for art or.
right.
But, the thing it comes down to is money.
Yes.
And I was just gonna say.
And really, our budget cannot,
No, it would have to be the city.
the city.
Yeah, no, it's a great area, I know that. I really is nice.
No, Chihuahua.
That house is a beautiful house.
Yes, yes.
But they've done a lot of other events and stuff.
Well, they
Because I know I've been
they
there.
have a garden,
Like a
community
garden.
Yeah, they have a garden.
They have
They
somebody
have,
from
like-
Parks is assigned to that garden.
Right, and they had Halloween stuff there, and then they have real nice lights during Christmas and stuff. But I'll tell them that,
Remind it, we
Oh.
did give them a budget and.
Yeah.
Of how
Okay.
much it would cost to.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be staffed, I mean, it has to be staffed.
oh, it has to, yeah, you have to have people there.
Somebody in there, but we gave them suggestions, maybe during the day it can be used by businesses that need a place to meet.
Oh, okay.
So it can, and then, cause we can't have it as a study center the whole day, cause the kids are in school.
Yeah, they will.
But during the time that.
And a lot of the things that he wants to do, we're currently doing here.
Oh, okay.
He wanted like maybe a college advisory, but we've had those sessions before where.
Okay.
But at that location.
At that location, and it would also involve getting somebody
Speaker.
who, no, not a speaker, but counselors.
Yeah,
Because that's what we can, as librarians, we can provide the information. You know, yes, this is a site where you apply for financial aid, but we can't,
Exactly.
we're
I
not.
think that's what he was looking for, I think.
So, it would have to be maybe a retired counselor or counselors that wanna do it after school, and I know they're probably still there after school.
Right, well, yes, they are.
Yeah.
One of and that's exactly kind of, you hit on something when in that, things that you're already doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was the whole point of our discussion, to meet with our city council
Right, right.
representatives, to inform them, this is what we're already doing.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
what's happening.
Yeah.
And your reinvestment,
Yeah.
either through your discretionary funds or what have you, into
Exactly.
the library goes a long way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you've got to prioritize it. And my whole thing on that was just that, what I would have said to Mr. Segarra would have been, the reinvestment of those dollars benefit so many in closing a gap in a community where a third of them are below the poverty level, are in need. So that's what the libraries do. They close that gap in access to Wi-Fi, to resources, to all these things, and in addition, it saves money. And I think in your presentation, or I'm gonna say that our presentation that we would like to make if we do get invited by the mayor, is to put in tax dollars that have been saved, that people can reinvest in the community because they get it done here. They don't have to go to H&R Block, it gets done here.
I think that
all that kind of stuff.
that money itself could actually go back into stuff like that, like the Conseco House,
Right.
personally.
Yeah, I think he's looking for something to give it a purpose, the actual building. All around the grounds, they have a beautiful garden and
Right.
they sell the
But
stuff.
the building itself.
They sell the food at the farmer's market.
Yeah.
Right, because every other city building that people walk into, they're going either for some sort of litigation or to pay a fee or a permit or this or that,
Right.
but not here. Here you actually come away with something that you don't have to pay a dime
Right.
for because it's already
Exactly,
yes.
yeah.
That's my point.
Where would the parking be though?
That's another issue.
that's the
We
issue.
went through a lot of scenarios as to where the parking would be.
There's no parking there.
Where would the entrance be? It is not handicap accessible.
Yeah, I'd have to update it and everything.
Yeah, it
So
would
that
take a
would cost a
lot.
lot of
It'd
money.
be a lot of money.
It would take a lot of money. I mean, it's a great idea,
idea,
but it would take a lot. And that's, to me, I just said, yeah, absolutely, But,
That's
other
very
than that,
good.
he was very, very happy with everything that.
It's right, it's like they get all happy.
They-
Good
they-
work, good work, good
Well,
work.
because
They
It was
can't,
like,
they really can't believe how
We're-
much.
we're
It's like making a positive phone call
Yeah.
to a parent.
yeah.
It's like a positive.
They're always used to hear you're only caught a gay soul. Oh, I did good.
No.
They were probably waiting.
And he's like, well, no, everything is important, what's going on,
Yes,
yeah.
And that felt good, it felt good
Yes.
that he
Yeah,
actually.
it's amazing.
I felt like taking his time because,
Yeah, they're busy.
Yeah, they're
but,
busy.
but
It's a lot of
still,
it.
he didn't care. I mean, he gave
Good.
me all the time that.
That's excellent.
Yeah, no, they're, I mean, they really, I think, like you said, he was looking more as a college, you know, to help kids that, you know, because I know and I know I always mentioned San Agustin, but at San Agustin, they have like, all this week is just for the kids to go and prep for college, you know, and sign up
And
to
as a matter
colleges
of fact,
and
we
stuff
did
like
have
that.
Miss Gentry there.
Yeah.
She's a former member of the board.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
she was there at one of the meetings and she was telling us what
Yeah,
they're
what
doing
they
in San
do.
Jose.
Right.
But, you know, some kids in public schools might not get there.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the, and, you know, I guess he wanted to provide that, and that's, you know, it's just hard, you know, providing that is a luxury, I think, to be honest with
And
you.
then the transportation to
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah, because they make him, that, it's not like if I want to go or not.
No, they have to.
Everybody's going to college.
Yeah, and they probably have like 100%.
Yeah,
Yes.
but
Kids
it's,
going.
but it's 90 kids, I mean, you can't
Yes.
compare that
Yeah.
to
1,000.
2,500,
Yeah.
United, you know.
Yeah.
But, no, yes, I will absolutely, you know, I just wanted to mention that to you. And but he was very, very happy with everything that's going on.
Very
Very,
good.
very excited. So, thank
Thank
you
you
again.
for doing
Yes.
that.
Mrs. Rod, are you able to hear the comment?
Being very honest, I did not attempt to, but I will before the next meeting. I'm so sorry.
No.
I got
I
into
did
my
talk-
summer mode and.
I don't blame you.
I
Just
completely
being honest.
understand.
I totally understand.
But I will
Robert,
be.
no, I did talk to Ruben Gutierrez, and I went like my friend here, on and on about all the good things we do. And you know, you've heard me, how much,
Yes.
I think all our programs are wonderful, you know, but I did mention we need more publicity.
Yeah.
We need people, you know, to be aware of what's going on. So many wonderful programs. And I said, we've come and only, you know, 5 people come.
Right.
Why not, why? We need more involvement from
No, I
this. So
agree.
he was very happy, and he did say, why don't you come to city council? And so I guess we will.
Yeah, we will, yes, I think the mayor will put it on the
Yes, on the
agenda now that
agenda.
he told me, and I know he's gonna contact you about it, and that way you can say, yes, Mrs. Cavazos.
Presentation,
Yes.
Yes, and I think on there you should include that, like about, you know, tax dollars is one thing, the e-files that they've done, the child tax credits that people have been able to claim,
Right.
and you know, the whole Vita thing,
Yeah.
the past speakers that you brought here, you know, Pulitzer Prize winning authors, you know, when we
Yeah.
brought in the ladies from the survivors, the Holocaust
Yes,
survivors,
yes,
you know, all of that has happened.
She just passed away.
Oh, did she?
Gerda.
Really?
I'd seen maybe a few months ago.
Really,
Yeah.
wow, sad.
See, all of that has happened here, and then of course a lot of the programs for the kids, all those Star Wars things that I brought my own son to, you know, all of that's happened. The reading with the children's hours stuff that y'all done, the
Yeah.
Reader Bear things, going out to the schools. This is really one of the only departments that has that
Yeah.
type of, I would say, personality in the public.
I know my sister Anissa teaches at Martin, and she actually makes a lot of her students come to a lot of the different events that you have.
That's
Good.
good.
That's
She-
what more
she-
teachers
that's
do.
good.
She-
The English
And his
teachers.
son,
She's just
he's
very-
an English teacher, right, at Martin?
Yeah, and she just loves doing stuff like that. So she comes herself, and so it's things that people don't realize.
Right.
I mean, it's got to be exposed.
Maybe that's another route to go, to add to the list of who to reach out to, the English teachers at the high schools.
Exactly.
And we used to work on
And
that.
the Spanish teachers.
Yeah, Spanish too.
The language.
Language.
The language,
arts,
yeah,
yes.
everybody that's doing writing and that
Yes.
sort of thing.
And the history teachers, they do a lot of
Yeah.
research. I don't know, I think the history teachers,
It's
the social studies.
Because even like you're saying, the history teachers or social studies teachers, you know, maybe they can collaboratively, who can we bring in that,
Who would you like to
who would you
hear?
like to
Yes.
hear, that maybe
Yes.
the campuses on an individual basis cannot afford,
Right.
you know, and so maybe it's the city, you
The
know,
city
maybe
can,
there's a place in the budget for that, you know, to bring in, people like that would. you know,
And that's how One City, One Book started, was with teachers and the library.
do you all have like a fund to bring in speakers and stuff like that?
We have special events
Yes.
Like these, the Casa Reptile, we use that account to bring them in.
Oh, okay.
And they went to Faskin, they went to Ochoa, McKendrick Ochoa, and they came here. So,
He did mention, this is so good to hear because we are presently working on.
yes,
the
we are.
He did mention that, so
timing.
this is
Good timing.
it's
Good
a
timing.
good timing, because right away, the first thing he said, oh, good to know, because we're presently working on the budget. And so, he's gonna remember, at the
It-
library, don't touch
Yeah.
it, I've heard a lot of good
It
things.
would be
How
something
good
good,
things
like,
are happening, don't touch it, don't
Right.
take from them.
like to have like a lecture series is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because like that, you have a certain amount of money and you bring in one or two or three.
Like IBC
Like
does,
IBC
like
does.
IBC.
Exactly.
And
Tammy, you-
And Tammy.
Tammy,
That would be
exactly,
nice.
yeah. I know because, I was there and they would always bring in.
Yes, we would see that in the
Amazing.
newspaper.
Yeah, and I just think that would be great for the city.
It would.
You'd be surprised how many people would love to have that. But, it is what it is.
Ruben also asked me, because I told him I would take him one of the booklets today so he could see all the programs we did. And he asked me, do you have anything for new mothers? And I said, yeah, we have the story time. No. Something for new mothers
Like
too.
parenting.
Like parenting. And I said, no,
We
but
have
we
the Family
could.
Place, the program, the Family Place Library. And it is for kids 5 and under. And
Okay.
then we have a parenting collection. It's all about teaching the
How to
parent how to
parent.
interact with their child.
But a person or is it a program?
It's a program, but it's a series of 5 workshops.
Oh.
And usually we bring somebody who's
To present it.
counseling, somebody in
Oh.
a dental
That's
or
that's fair. Well, I happen, and I told you, and, I have
Yeah,
a
a lot of
project.
and the one to talk to is Jackie, and maybe we
I
can
will.
bring them together.
Because I have a project that I've done when I was in high school.
Mhm.
Se llama Proyecto Canción de Cuna, an English project, Lullaby.
wow.
And I would do that in both English and Spanish. And also as a poet laureate, I could enter nursery rhymes.
Right.
So it would go with my title as a poet laureate, nursery rhymes.
And also,
And songs are poet,
Yes.
or
Right.
poems, put to music.
I know a lot, and I hate to say this, but a lot of parents need also help with discipline. You heard what just happened
I
know. Oh, yeah.
yesterday.
This is what he asked.
Yeah, because, they
Call me
need
and
this, they
If we
need
can
how
find
to
an expert,
discipline. Yes.
And we can bring that into Family Place Library.
Yes, and in the Proyecto
No.
Canción de Cuna, I was thinking, not just rhymes but bring a psychologist, bring a nurse,
they can talk
bring an
about parenting.
OBGYN, bring, somebody to parent also. Or to
And
tell them.
parents of children that are divorced as well, because they have
Didn't think of that.
dual
Yes.
parenting.
Yes.
One parent, they go 1 week with a father, another time with a mother, and there's different, they have to
Different
get
parenting.
together and
Children.
decide how they're going to parent.
And many are single parents,
And single parents.
many, and
Yeah, it's-
many.
Children having children.
Yes,
Yes.
Figaro, we had that,
Oh,
we had them,
so sad.
Yeah.
single, many of them were single.
Yeah.
We had
The
the
pet program.
PEP program,
Oh,
we used
yes.
to have the
We
PEP
used
program.
to
That's what
participate
the
in that.
Proyecto Canción de Cuna
I used
came
to be in
about.
charge of that.
There you go, yes.
I used to be in
Yeah,
charge
we
of
had
that
that.
went.
We used to go to some of the events that you would have.
Yes.
See, this
At
is
Cali.
why it came about, because I wanted to teach them, canciones de cuna. It's so important to sing to your children.
Yeah.
And if you
Well, you
sing to
can
your
invite
children,
and-
you're not gonna,
Yeah.
it brings out the soft,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
you have a connection, the nurturing,
Right.
you tell them stories.
Right.
Anybody who reads books to their children,
Right.
is not gonna abuse them.
Yeah.
I
And
think,
you also
I
have,
think.
like, the extent as well, where what do you do as a parent, as a mother, when you've gotten to that point where you're just so
Frustrated.
exhausted?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It may have been frustration too, but
And
Yeah.
when
like,
you're
How do
so
you-
young,
how do you
girl,
deal
she
with it?
what do
probably
you do?
didn't know how to
What
cope.
are your outlets, give them resources of
Yeah.
how they can deal with that, because they're lost and they don't know what to do,
Right.
and then they turn to, doing things.
To abuse them.
Yeah, well,
Yes, she was desperate, she was frustrated, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And we can, relate and be sympathetic. but we want to avoid that. And I think I was just thinking in the high school with nursery rhymes for the pet program, but we could do that, and I would be willing as a Polaria to do it as part, because I love nursery rhymes.
Right.
I love nursery rhymes.
That would be something to look into, that program that you have with the parent.
See, it could be part of it or
Develop it.
part of
But
the story.
if you're looking at young, maybe we need to go with the PEP program. And it might be
Well,
that they,
It
we
would
go
be
to
open.
them.
But it would be open to
No,
them.
we can have one here, but I mean, if we want to target that audience, we might have to go.
And present to them, yes, you would,
Mhm.
yeah, that.
Yeah, or we could present it here
And
and
to
then go to
any-
them.
to everybody?
Here to everybody and go to them.
Yes.
So we could kill
And LIC has.
two
a
birds with one stone.
Pet program too. And
Sí.
UIC and LIC.
Sí, los dos todavía. It's still at Cigarroa.
I don't know, I know
It used to
that-
be at Cigarroa.
I don't know where an egg went.
I don't know. I
No,
know.
but really that's something
It used to
to
be.
Yeah.
expand
No,
on
that's
and
true.
And that's where I got the idea,
Right.
to do this.
to meet the needs of our
Yes,
society, right?
because
Very, very
I
young.
feel very strongly that parents, they don't do it anymore, they don't
Yeah.
sing to their children,
No, they don't.
¿verdad? And it's sing them to sleep, lullaby, por eso proyecto canciones.
See, I mean, I do it every night
Sí. Oh, qué lindo.
with my 3-year-old.
Oh, I get one.
Sí, and yeah,
It's crazy, but
sí.
Okay, so those are some of the, I guess we'll wait and maybe then for next time, it's like, what kind of talking points would,
Yes,
to the,
yes.
to the presentation there.
Miss Etelvina?
Or,
Yeah, that's it.
Ms. Perez, I don't know if,
Yes, excuse
if
me.
you were able to, talk to your, city council?
Vanessa, I did see her once, and it was in a hurry, and I was just about to ask her some more, I'm gonna give her some information and ask her about her opinion, you know, about what we had discussed, and she got a call, you know, go. But she's very active when it comes to the library over at Fasket with her 3 kids. She's been involved in activities there, so forth and so on. And then I thought I was gonna see her again this weekend, she was sick. And, but I know, I mean, I'll make contact with her later on again, but, you know, she just lives down the street, but.
Very busy.
And with her 3 kids, but yeah, I know she would be also agreeing with what we had discussed last month about announcing and having something in the paper and.
Just something, I guess, that when it comes to budget, and they think about these things, that they remember that the reinvestment in the libraries
Yeah.
is hopefully, and there still isn't anything as far as, I know the Bruni one was shut down, correct? It's not open at all.
I'm still waiting to hear, if they're going to open one at the courthouse. They just awarded a contract for the whole building, an architectural. If you recall, it was just gonna be the 2nd floor. Well, now they've awarded a contract for the whole federal courthouse.
Because that would be another item, I think, for like, what is an update there? Because that is an area of need. That is an area that does lack of, yes, a lot of. it
And
does-
where is that?
It's downtown, remember the old Bruni library?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, so it's closed.
It's closed.
That's right, it's closed.
And that actually, I know, is an area where there's a lot of kids that would benefit from an access to Wi-Fi and everything.
And they're gonna do it, they wanna do something to it, or?
Last I heard, which was today, they are moving 311
There.
there. I don't know if they're gonna do the whole building or just the back part.
Right.
So,
Well, and again, just something just to remember that the schools in the area, all you gotta do is look at their Title I numbers and their free lunch report. It's not really that anymore. I don't know how it is in LISD. But when you look at the high number of economically disadvantaged, you can tell right away there's a need.
Oh,
There's a need, yeah.
There's a need, right? And downtown is an area where that's prevalent.
there's a
And
lot of
and
schools
if I
around
may,
there.
I know I didn't get to touch base with Dr. Martinez, but we do meet frequently as a group, and she has his different committee members, and we report to the whole group as a whole. And of course, so he's receiving that, but I know that one of the things that he was wanting to put together was a center over there as well.
Finally.
So I know that he was looking into
That's
it.
good.
I think the problem was the building itself.
Yeah.
I think he had some funds for, what's going to go into the project, but the building itself was the issue, so.
And North Central Park?
Where
Are you talking about the
What-
old
what-
fire station?
Yes, that was his, one of the areas that they were looking at, one of
On Delmore,
Uh,
right next to the
the buildings that they were looking at, but I think they were not able to work that out, so that they kind of got stuck there.
What they wanna do, they wanna,
Before that,
a library?
Kind of like
Oh.
The judge.
not so much a library, but like an area where they have the Wi-Fi,
Oh,
a study area.
That'd be a,
you know.
What
that'd be a
is-
step in the right direction.
that area on,
The old fire station?
In front of the St. Patrick's Church.
Yes.
the area
Oh,
on
okay.
Springfield, it's right next to my sister's house. It's sometimes,
Yes, the Ana Hernandez or,
something like that.
yes, that's a bibliothèque. And
That's
that's-
similar to what he's wanting to,
Oh,
but he
okay.
just hasn't been able to find the spot.
Oh.
He also wanted it to be a senior center also.
Okay, like a little bit of both.
Yes.
Or like during the day, like you're saying, like a senior center
Yes,
maybe, and then
yes.
after school.
Right, cause that one turned out to be real nice, the one that's there at the corner. Cause it used to be like, office slash,
Where is that?
it's right on the corner of,
Gale?
Gale and Springfield.
Springfield.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been,
No, I've never been, but yeah, the outside looks really pretty. I've
Yeah.
never been inside, but yes.
I haven't been inside, but I know my sister probably has, cause she lives right next door,
Oh.
so she probably went, and she says that it's.
I haven't seen that they've opened it yet. I haven't
Oh,
done
okay.
an opening. I know that was the second one that they were planning. The other one's in Casa Verde.
That's interesting. I mean, it's interesting that they're turning to do that now, which is, I think it's a plus. But but that has nothing to do with,
Not with the city. We were at one point, and I don't know, we still are, because we haven't met with them since before the pandemic. We were allowing them to use our electronic resources.
Oh,
so how, so then who runs that?
It's a housing
Yes.
authority?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was Laredo Housing.
Oh, okay, all right,
Okay.
Uh-huh, that's what I thought.
okay.
I may be
Okay.
wrong.
Well, thank you. I mean, everybody who was able to get in contact, and for those of us that weren't, you know, myself included, I mean, we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying, especially since they're discussing budgets.
You let us know, Ms. Feliz, whenever he does.
No, yes, definitely.
As you find out, so that we can kind of.
You have to be there.
Get ready. Get ready.
For that, and
I
then
don't
we'll
want to go
have.
brag on us.
And then have, and all of us to try to be there, and you report
Absolutely.
you all, and you do the presentation, or Robert can help you, or whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, we can all be up there supporting you guys, and yeah, I think it would be very nice.
Right.
I think so, because it's, I mean, the reinvestment or continued investment or increased investment in the libraries is investment in the community.
Mhm.
You know, and that's the, I think in my opinion, this is my opinion only, the libraries are the face of the city in many ways, because you get a lot out of them. And I think that's something that needs to be emphasized. So that's why. Okay.
Definitely, right now.
Dollars and cents makes, yeah.
Absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
carries much more weight.
Right. Okay, so then we've reviewed item 8, so we'll go back up to, I think, letter B under staff report for quarterly program report, is that correct?
Yes,
Yes.
and this is
Okay.
also in your packet. We have April, May, and June programming, the number of programs and attendance for each of the branches, which is the Main, Moss, Baskin, and then Inner City
For the program.
of the programs.
So you see, so you would take those total numbers, right, and put it into a presentation, that is very impressive. And, and I think with emphasis on the fact that with COVID, you know, all of that had stopped, and now look at, you know,
They're coming out.
yes, the interest of coming back.
Yeah, that's a point of emphasis. I agree, only because, you know, there have been some places, some businesses that have retooled, have gone away due to the pandemic, but not the libraries. It seems to be reinforced through this kind of data the use that people have, the need, in particular in caps, underlined, bold print, the need that the city has for our public libraries, just by look at the numbers of attendance.
It's amazing.
That does not lie. These are warm bodies. And this is nothing to the online services, the activity that's out
Oh,
there.
that's besides.
This is an addition to, I would say. And this is something that needs to be shown, like, look, your monies are being well spent when it comes to our libraries, and the programs that our libraries offer, and each one in its uniqueness, because not every area serves the same programs, right? Correct?
Yes.
So each one, and thereby emphasizing the need for a library of sorts in every city council's area, district. When you speak to Dr. Martinez,
Right.
that would be like this. Look, this is what you get when you invest in a library, and so you need to look at that, and if you need to justify it even further, look at your schools. Even though you would say, well, this is what you would call a richer school, not really. Look at their Title I numbers. There's pockets in those areas that they need to recognize.
So then, I mean, if we look at those areas, like you said, downtown, there's nothing there.
Not right now, and that's why our conversations with city council, with our representatives, are so important.
Yeah.
And for them to realize, look, there is a need that's served, and maybe we can get numbers of the usage prior to pandemic.
We had, prior to the pandemic, and their numbers were pretty good.
Yes, I remember.
Not necessarily parents or a lot of the people.
Right.
Yeah.
But still a need, because we just don't serve kids and parents. We serve a need for as a resource for
General,
people who may not have those things in anywhere where they may live, and the accessibility to resources, and online is just one of them. Okay.
I have a question, Ms. Solis. In the main program report in May, the Spanish Book Club virtual, is that the LVL, the
Yes,
literary?
LVL, yes.
Literary, so then you do need to put one in April. We did have one in April.
In April?
And it's not reported. Did I have it? I even have the book we read.
Okay.
What is it called?
The Spanish Book Club is the literacy
April.
volunteers. In April. We
Okay.
have Tomás Rivera y no se lo tragó la tierra.
And this was Marina, right? I don't know if she.
Marina, yes,
Uh-huh.
she can vouch. First we had El Llano en Llamas y no se lo tragó la tierra, La Casa de Bernardo Alba. And now for July, we have Aura for tomorrow, Aura. But we did, yes. But April, and I don't know how many, but Ms. Summerall with the literacy volunteers is no longer with the literacy volunteers, but she's the one that has the Zoom meeting. So she's helping us, so I don't know if we're gonna get a replacement.
Okay, yes, I don't know. So, I know she has somebody there that's in the office, but I don't think she's taking the place of.
No, and the Spanish book, who would replace her, and the literacy volunteers come. It's a volunteer, so they don't get paid.
She might have been on the payroll. I think they have part-timers. Even the executive directors are part-time.
Okay.
They work from 9 to 2, Monday through Friday.
Okay, because it started very well. That's where Marina and I, we are the ones that conduct the meetings, but she's the one that has the Zoom. She's the one that has the control.
I'll ask Marina if for the numbers in April.
Yes, the numbers in April.
And see if anybody else is going to be replacing.
Yes, I mean, we would love, she said she would stay, but I don't know. Anyway, that's.
Any other observations or questions on the quarterly program reports?
Oh, and another question. And then you have a Spanish book club with Miss Sylvia Reach?
And that's on their own, yes.
But it's not here?
No, because we give them the place to meet. We don't conduct it.
Conduct it. Okay.
They just
I suppose in the future we might, now that we have Marina, yes. But they, at the time, I didn't have anybody who would read the book.
Oh.
So we allow them to meet and we get them the books so they can read them.
Oh, okay. I think it would be nice because it's another service to the community. It should be here, definitely should be here.
Well, like I said, it's not one of us conducting it.
Uh-huh.
So it's not part of the.
Yes, yes, but talk to Marina and maybe she just oversees it. or
Mhm.
something. Because I think it's a service we're providing. So, thank you.
All right, library director's updates.
Let's see, give you a little hiring status. We have made recommendations for hiring for a librarian 3 here, 2 library tech 1s, and also a circulation supervisor for the mobile services. We are currently still recruiting, and these just became open, a library tech 2 in the children's area, a clerk 1 part-time at Faskin, and the one that we continue to try to recruit is a librarian 2 for inner city. And some of them have been promotions, so then we have to open that position.
Yeah.
That's like a,
I
eventually,
don't know.
yeah, eventually hopefully we'll have
About this, yeah.
everybody we need. And then, also you have in your packet the branch checklists. Do you have any questions about that?
So the sound system, as long as it doesn't go to max, it'll work.
No, it's been
It's been fixed.
Oh,
They
it's
they isolated the transformer to eliminate the humming sound, so it's done.
Okay.
Is that, the city took care of that?
No, we had to hire somebody to do that. Mr. Liao did as much as he could and got it to the point where it was working, but we did need to update, and you know what, it's been done.
I'm glad you
That's
did.
an ongoing thing.
No, and now they're really borrowing our rooms, you know, more.
Well, now you all have an activity, right? I saw
See, that's
people
what-
leaving with plants and.
No, Casa Reptile. They brought snakes and. And I didn't know.
I wish I
I
had
didn't know.
Lizard or something.
I'm still seeing it. That was so cute. I saw them with their palm trees.
They have a good setup. And they go to the schools too.
Yes, they charge, right, Robert? They
Yes,
charge
they
you all
do.
for presentation for the
I
kids?
think they do, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty penny.
Yeah. Everything's a pretty penny
Pretty
nowadays.
penny.
And that, you say here that, not been contacted yet for the annual fire drills or anything?
No, we were told that, the fire department will be, contacting the individual departments and buildings to do it.
Now, what about as far as the police department, the active shooting?
That was my next thing.
Okay.
We did contact them. They are doing those trainings. They came here to the library.
Good.
And we've done one, it was July 20th, and we have several scheduled for August too. And they also agreed to continue doing them if we get new staff that come in. So,
Good.
To train the staff.
Good, good, good. And all the access points, like doors from the outside that come in, they're being looked at in each and every one of your
they
facilities?
did not do, you know, a walkthrough because we had people from other libraries coming in. They did tell us, for us, ourselves, to look at it.
Yes.
And I mean, my plan cannot be the same as somebody
No.
upstairs. So they advised us to get your work group, me and Angie, basically. No, but all the people that work in children's, this is what we're gonna do. All the people that work in the teen area, this is what we're gonna do. They need to come up with a plan.
But what I'm saying is, like, for example, that any doors that lead to the outside and vice versa, outside to the inside of the building, just to ensure that they are locked from the outside. In other words, you just
They are.
can't,
They're-
that I can't just go to the backyard and swing the door open.
There's a code for staff
Good.
to come in.
And everybody knows that to check that, and I'll put a little bielita to keep it open.
No.
I just ran to the car to get something, because those are the issues that we're
No,
finding.
no.
Not here, but
it
it happens in other
It
places,
shuts.
yes.
It shuts.
Okay, and they all shut well, because that's the other thing we've been finding, I'm just trying to see that it doesn't happen here as well.
I saw
As
that
I
they
walked through, and well, so I'm assuming the door closed, right, but then,
But it's still,
is it still open, or is it,
Mhm.
to ensure that that's
you
happening?
can make sure and tell staff, you know, when you leave, and when everybody leaves, they lock the outdoor one and the one with the
Good.
thing and they set the alarm.
Right.
And Ms. Solis, is there anybody from the city that is going to all, like, to facilities to check on that?
As
Like
far
at
as
this-
I know, no.
No.
And it would be
District, we
PD.
have
Because
to
we're
go-
doing that right now in our district. There's somebody that's been going
Somebody's
to
gonna
each
go
and
and
every
check.
campus and auditing
Wonder-
every door.
We can ask them to
window
maybe do a
ensure that it-
walkthrough.
a
it locks and it's
walkthrough.
closed.
Or a spot check, or I don't know what they call it, just like,
Mhm.
hey, I wanna
They were
go.
calling it like an audit. They were doing like a safety audit.
An
That's what they
audit,
were calling it. And I know the governor has sent that to all the schools, but our libraries are particularly
Are like the
vulnerable
school,
because
yeah.
they're, it's a meeting place and it's a place where people come in. But you just want to ensure that,
Yes, I
in
did
other words,
ask
that-
them if they did like drills and
Right.
said, no, we instruct you on what to do.
Yeah.
So they
I
did
think-
they go over stuff like that? Like,
Not, they gave us scenarios from all over the place and why this happened and why that happened. They didn't walk the
Right.
building. They didn't even know there was a second floor.
Well, something positive, now we have, Mr. Chief Landine.
Landine is now,
That is
yes.
now Assistant City Manager,
Mhm.
and he probably
Right.
has interest in helping in that respect.
Yeah.
Maybe, is he gonna be your supervisor now, or?
We do, I
You
do
still
not
don't
know. Ms. Hale was my supervisor,
Right.
but I don't know, they're pending a new organization chart to see who we're
Because I
gonna,
think he's taking her place, and
Mhm.
he looks like it,
But,
but we're not sure.
based on his strengths, they
He
might
might
put
go-
fire department underneath.
Yeah, I'm sure they're right.
Yeah.
And that's what they do, based on their strengths.
Right.
right.
And but still, I mean, I think it's a good thing that he's there anyway, because he may be able to help, in this respect.
Yes. Okay. Well, just something to let all the I guess, site managers of the library just check all the doors, check all the windows, ensure that they're locked at a
I
minimum.
think they left that meeting, not everybody has attended, but they left with that
Good,
when they go back to their
good.
prospective libraries.
Good, because you hate to see, God forbid, something happens, it will be, he came in because that door was open.
Mhm.
That's what you want to avoid, so, okay.
Even the one that goes to the back where the cataloging and the lounge, that one requires a.
Because it's always those doors that, you just don't want that to happen. Okay. Are there any other observations or comments or questions from the checklist, the monthly checklist?
Sorry about that.
No, no, that's okay.
Story times. Back to those activities, that's nice.
And I pre-booked what supplies last. What books do you give them?
We get, good prices through Scholastic,
Okay.
where we can get them like for $1, and they are paperback, but that's what we usually, if we go to an event, instead of giving you a pencil, we buy books and we hand them out.
I remember I came one time and the table was just full of books and children were taking.
How many do you get?
It depends on the
How many?
event.
On the, like story time?
Story time, maybe, at most 50.
The crayons.
I know, I love that.
That's all right.
I love,
I quit.
yes.
They decorated their
Story
branch too,
Yes,
with
I-
giant crayons.
I love that.
So
stuff, yes. And I see the sensory, you're already doing sensory.
She's doing story time.
Yes, and who's she?
Jackie.
Oh, Jack. Oh, wow.
She's back. She came back from maternity and she hit the ground running.
And does Jackie do also the story time for back to school fund? So Jackie does a lot?
Yes.
She's a librarian?
Librarian, yes.
Jackie,
Librarian.
what's her last name?
Flores. Had to think about it because she changed it.
Oh, she changed, but she married, yes. Okay.
The inner city branch is where I got lost, right?
Yes.
That's how I associate it.
Never again.
Dystopian, this is at Moss. Who's doing the dystopian?
Annalisa.
That's very good. That's very
She
good.
has a good, she gets a good crowd. I mean, it's not
Yes,
just
that's
for
wonderful.
teens, it's,
For adults,
Adults,
yes, yes.
I think they can
That's
think
wonderful
about
they're
Top
doing
Top.
that, yes. Barbara Fascinating, scrap story time.
See, and put some of these on that on
Yes,
the
on the pouch.
presentation.
We used to send them to them on the Friday
I'm gonna
packet.
get one of
But
those
for a
packets.
presentation, give
Yes.
me it.
These colorful, yeah.
Yes.
I bet you they've never seen this.
Actually, we used to send it every, for the Friday packet, we would send them these. And then they said, no, send us just statistics, so.
Yeah, yeah, but that doesn't hurt, I mean. And
No,
I
this
know
would
they
be
have a
good.
lot of things.
Maybe like the last Friday or the first Friday of the month, send something, you know, to where maybe not every
They
Friday.
do get it, with the PIO, when she sends out her weekly of all the things going on. They always include our flyers, so they do get them, just not through the Friday packet.
Okay, that's good, because, yeah, these are awesome.
I know, do you all feature, I know you have your, I don't know what you call it, your display case. Yeah, I don't know what's there now, what's there now?
For the summer reading, the summer reading program.
I was thinking that perhaps, there should be maybe an area in the libraries, and maybe in all the libraries, for social emotional wellness.
We did do that, and they didn't move.
You didn't move it all?
No.
Only because it's such a big topic.
We might, maybe, we have it down here, but maybe we should put it up there where, the bestsellers are.
Right. I know, because we keep hearing about that, and the schools are, we have to, what was it, 10 minutes or something, on every morning, every single school is, the UISD is promoting that. Today, we even heard from a speaker, he kept referring to, I know there's one author, she's a best-selling author. I don't know what prizes she's won, but she's very popular, very famous writer. Her name's Brene Brown. I don't know if you've heard some of her.
Does she have some YouTubes?
She has lots of them.
Yeah, I think I've seen one.
What's her name?
Brene Brown, Dr. Brene Brown, I believe, and she's very good. She's being referred to a lot with this SEL stuff. So maybe I don't know, featuring her stuff. So if we have any copies of her books,
Yeah, that would
and
be-
other
yes,
authors,
yes.
you know, like that. You know, I'm just mentioning one. Okay.
And she's a psychologist.
Along that area, in that line, a lot of
What are her-
emotional
what are her-
wellness. I don't know the titles of her books. There were some that were given to us today, but they're really good. I know I've heard her speak twice, and it's very impactful.
Emotional wellness.
Or mental,
Yeah.
Mental health, emotional wellness, all that. It's all
Very
on the
needed.
same.
Very
Yes.
needed.
So that's something that maybe we should just focus
We
on.
can do that upstairs, because, on a monthly basis, the librarians upstairs, they have a case, and they always do a theme every month. So we can,
And maybe that's, it's because we're returning back to school, and it's a topic that's everywhere, and I think that's something we should emphasize. Yeah. Okay.
like for the summer, they did summer readings. They
Right.
did a little-
So now
we can do
something.
Because there's a lot of apprehension out there right now. There's a lot of apprehension with, we are receiving some phone calls about how safe is the school in light of everything that's occurred. So
Well, parents.
definitely.
Yes. I'm glad I don't have little ones anymore.
That's what keeps you up at night.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
You with your 3-year-old, I guess.
Oh,
Keep on doing it again. And
I
then-
have a family too, yeah.
See,
Like 12-year, I have a 12-year-old and a 3-year-old, so it's like two different.
Oh, yeah.
You know about that,
I
right?
do know about that.
I used to have like that. Nana was 12, Rodrigo 10, and Cristinita was born.
It's a night and day.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, so anything
It gets
else
better.
on the monthly statistics? There's that as well. Area of any questions about the monthly statistics? This is again another area of showcase. Comparatively, even pre-pandemic to post-pandemic,
Yeah,
even last year to this year, this is just numbers that they really need to see the increase in usage in all of these areas. Maybe some highlights, some high points. You're here every day. You would know more what to focus on. that really draws out and says, wow, a wow stat.
Yes,
Yeah.
because we probably won't have that much time.
No, I
But
doubt.
the time that we have to use it so wisely, to
Right.
present it as much as possible, and then let them, they may ask questions or whatever, so we can be prepared for that.
Right, if I had to put a number on it, I would pay something that you could, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
2 to 3
definitely,
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah, I would not go
Yeah.
any more. 3 is already pushing it. I would say
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
This is
The-
what you
the-
would
the
say.
main points, yeah.
In other words, to let them go, wow, we really need to.
Mhm.
That would make a person understand. I need to reinvest in the libraries.
Right.
I need to push because we're getting a lot out
The
of
numbers and the dollars and cents.
And then a
Yeah,
couple
the
of
numbers
slides
and
with
the-
those beautiful,
The programs.
Right,
yes.
right.
So we could be bright and color.
Okay, any comments on that? In that case, we'll move on to the Library Advisory Committee member absent. No, items for discussion and possible action for next time, right?
Yes, we do have, the next meeting would be on the 31st of August at 5 PM. That's the last Wednesday of the month.
Is everybody okay with that?
Looks okay.
Okay. And on there, I guess we mentioned about the presentation, right, to the city council, like maybe,
Have you heard anything from the mayor or from anybody from his office? I don't
But
know if
I'll
he'll
let
come.
you know
He'll
before.
see- Yeah, he'll see you, I'm sure, because he mentioned your name. He said, I'll talk to Maria, so. So I'm sure he wrote that down somewhere, or he has it on a list of things to do or something, and he will contact you, I know he will.
But I'll let you know. I'll
Okay.
let you all know.
Thank you.
anything else for next time that anybody needs, I guess an update on the Lamar Bruni Vergara, not Lamar Bruni Vergara.
Bruni.
The Bruni branch, like what could be?
Hopefully by then I will know something if they are planning to keep it open. Right now, I don't have the staff. The people that used to work there have
Right.
moved on.
Right.
So I'd have to start.
Closed, right?
It's closed.
It's completely
Yeah.
closed.
The only person I have is a part-timer now, she's here. She's working with us. But also, we've removed books, we've removed computers, so.
So that would be, in other words.
We were instructed to remove anything of value.
Right.
Right, because it was closed for
Oh,
2
yeah.
years.
Maybe include for next time also the prior usage of that prior to its closing, the traffic that it had, the I guess, I don't know, what kind of usage was there?
We
before?
have all that, we have
Right,
all
yeah,
that.
just to let them, remind them,
All right,
you know, just something, a talking point, like,
yeah.
downtown needs its,
That's what I was,
Yeah,
I
it
was
needs
going to
to
say,
be-
downtown needs one.
Facility is, but I'm wondering, I don't know how big the facility is, but even if it was, part of it. to
Well,
be-
it is part of it.
It's only
It's the other area used to be,
Used to be the waterworks.
well,
No, no, the
that was
city-
before my time.
The city planning.
The
City
city
planning.
planning was there, so we have maybe 7,000 square feet. It's a 15,000 square foot building, so we had a little carved area.
But didn't you say something, is second floor of the courthouse?
That's something else, that has been discussed, is moving the library to the
Oh,
courthouse
okay.
downtown.
The second,
We've gone to tour it, and it's also gonna be a portion of it.
and right there is in front of Jarvis Plaza,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of retirement homes.
Mhm.
It would be very good for retired people.
Well, and
That
that
library.
was part of the
Hamilton
mixed
Hotel.
use, they wanted to do like a senior center
Yeah.
and a library.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that.
would be,
Yeah.
that would, I think that would be a very good,
Right.
Mhm.
yeah.
It's just, it's kind of like, you're an older person and you want to go into that library. It's kind of like, oh, should I go or not? Kind of scary. There's a lot of,
The majority of our patrons were probably homeless.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
And they were the ones calling.
Yeah.
That's what happened with the
Yeah.
pruning, right? There were what?
That is the
majority-
Bruni, yes.
Yeah, it's a
that's-
Bruni.
yeah, and that's
The
where they
majority
all,
were homeless and,
But they hang out there.
yeah, that's their hangout.
but was it a very big problem or? were-
No, the staff that I had there knew how to handle it. If
Oh, good.
anything, and they knew they needed to behave in order to be in it. They'd go use the computer, read the newspaper, read books.
Right, I
probably all they
think that's
have.
what we should do. I think that's the purpose.
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
and especially if they're homeless, I mean, they have a place to be.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Somewhere
that's an
that's-
issue
Yes,
that's coming out too.
right,
now.
right.
You know, an activity for them to do in
Yeah.
a cool
I-
area, cause my goodness, with
Yeah,
this
right.
heat and stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yes, well, either there or in the senior center, but we need something downtown. We need to service the downtown area,
Okay.
whatever works best.
Any other items for next time? All right, Library Advisory Committee member absences, we already talked about that one,
It's
right?
only Melly, right?
Nelly and Miss Salinas.
All right, any motion to
A
adjourn?
motion to adjourn?
I
We have a
second.
motion, we have a second, all those in favor to adjourn?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, it is, 6:15, we are now adjourned. I'll wait for you to return.